Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone on Friday morning, afternoon, evening, green morning, green afternoon, green evening to all our brothers and sisters across the globe, wherever you are. We are moving in our series tourism, hospitality, education, skills, technology, aviation, and manpower development and career opportunities as far as tourism and hospitality industry is concerned. Today, we are going to talk about and we are going to focus on how there is an interdependence. That means travel, tourism, and hospitality. These three areas, when we take into consideration, is very important for all of us to understand. First, the travel takes place. Thereafter, we get on to tourism, and thereafter, we get into hospitality. And of course, besides that, many other areas directly, indirectly, we come in contact with, we touch upon, and we move upon. Let's take on the journey forward. Hearty welcome to each one of you. On behalf of ICSI, we extend a very hearty welcome, very warm welcome to each one of you. Thank you very much for being a part of our journey every evening at 8 p.m. Those come regularly. We are so grateful to you. We are so thankful to you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you talk about tourism, hospitality, aviation, interdependent, interlinked, interface, whatever you want to talk about, what is the global impact of tourism? 10% of the global GDP that comes from tourism industry. It provides one of every 11 jobs worldwide, 6% of the global exports, and 30% of the global services exports. When you talk about that, all is coming to tourism, hospitality, entertainment, transportation, accommodation, whatsoever is related areas. Now, there are five important, you can say, advantages of tourism which you have to take into consideration. First of all, tourism activity creates demand. And when there's a demand, people spend money, people enjoy, people travel, people go around, and all that what we take into considerations. Number two, tourism industry meets and spreads demand. You know, because when there is a demand, there is going to be a matching supply. And when demand and supply is being matched, there's economic activity. When there's economic activity, there's going to be economic multiplier. And how you make optimum use of that, that is something very important as far as tourism is concerned. Let's move ahead and let's take further what all is happening as far as travel, tourism, hospitality, and this area is concerned. Tourism requires country development. That means you got to develop desirable, minimum essential, inescapable infrastructure, whether for travel or for tourism or for hospitality or for related activities. Number four, it motivates to reach global standards. You got to meet because people, when you're getting as an inbound tourism, foreign tourists traveling to India, coming over here, and adding on to the economic activities in India is generating employment, couple of other things. We take that as a separate subject. Number five, tourism induces more consumption because how it happens, how with one tourism industry, how everybody is directly or indirectly related to this, that is something very important, which we all have to understand. So, ladies and gentlemen, now from the global part, let's welcome to India. And just at a glance, we are seeing 2021, 2022, and we all realize and we all understand during the pandemic, the suffering which any industry got maximum hit, that was tourism, related with hospitality, related with travel, and that brings your aviation and other kinds of modes. And this will be last to recover because it's very fragile. It is very sensitive. So that part is very important. So 2021, how it recovered gradually, and 2022, how we have moved ahead. And now in 2023, when we are almost 23rd of June, you can well imagine half the year is going to get over. Now, Atithi Devo Bhava, we always keep talking about incredible India. And now at present, India is hosting G20 also. If you recall, yesterday we discussed about the education sector of G20, the first meeting of Chennai, the second meeting where? Somebody got to help me. Amritsar. Third meeting where taking place, that is Bhubaneswar. The fourth meeting, that's at Pune. And that is the ministers also met yesterday. That's on 22nd of June. Now that is, I'm talking about education. Now let's talk about travel and tourism. When you talk about travel and tourism, where was the first meet? Come on, come on, come on. Somebody got to tell me, where was the first meet? The first meet was when February, where Run of Kutch, that's in Gujarat. Tourism Working Group meet. That was right over there, the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, where G. Kishan Reddy ji, the Honorable Union Minister for Tourism, Culture and Development of the Northeast region, he emphasized on rural tourism. And delegates have gone to the UNESCO heritage sites as well. That is, I'm talking about Run of Kutch. Okay, great. Something very interesting. Where was the second meet? Come on, come on. Somebody got to help me out. The second meeting was where? Okay, let's go to Siliguri. Let's go to Darjeeling. And the beautiful train, toy train, Mere Sapno Ki Rani Kab Aayegi Tu. And that was Aradhana movie being shot next to that particular road. And that was wonderful. Shakti Samant's movie, I still recall. What a beautiful movie. And so many other movies being shot over there. Tourism, Bollywood tourism, Tollywood tourism, Bollywood tourism, cinematic tourism, and film-induced tourism. And besides that, so many attractions. Northeast is so beautiful. It has got so much of treasure, so much of greenery and everything. So second meeting had taken place over there in the Northeast part of India. Okay, then let's move ahead. Where was the third meeting? Somebody got to help me out. Come on. It was recently. Where was the third meeting? Where was the third meeting? Third meeting took place in Jammu and Kashmir. That was in Srinagar. And there was a separate side activity where the people were talking about Shami Kapoor. If you remember Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, the Union Minister, the government of India, he talked about how the film tourism was introduced way back 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And then thereafter, he started talking how it's getting regenerated, repackaged, rethinking, everything taking place. So that was the third meeting. Where was the fourth meeting? Yes, Madam Vidyavati, who took over as the new Secretary Tourism, Government of India. It was recently, that is 19 to 22nd of June. Where was it? Goa. Yes, that's great. So that's the way you got to be taking care of it. And today we are talking about tourism. So that's why we are going to discuss about that. We are going to take that into consideration. Inbound tourism, that means foreign tourists coming to India. Now the foreign tourist, they could be an actual foreign tourist. There could be a non-resident Indians also. And then, of course, people coming for specific medical tourism, other areas, whosoever is coming to India. Now, domestic tourism, we realize it has got a tremendous potential. कोरोना के अंदर एक बात तो सबको समझ आ गई कि किसी के साथ कोई कंपटीशन नहीं है, कोलैबोरेशन है. अब भैया किसी का किसी के साथ कंपटीशन नहीं है. आप अपनी मार्केट डेवलप करो, अपने प्रोडक्ट को डेवलप करो, अपनी सर्विसेज को एक्सीलेंट बनाओ. आपका प्रोडक्ट बिकेगा बिकॉज देयर इज अ डिमांड. आपको आर्ट आनी चाहिए कि कैसे पैकेजिंग करनी है, कैसे मार्केटिंग करनी है, कैसे डेवलप करना है. एट द सेम टाइम, the kind of a population India has got, there was a big emphasis on domestic tourism. And if you recall, Bharat Sarkar ne, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India ne, how much money they spent, because जितने भी लोग, क्योंकि देखो अपना देश, अगर हम ये बात करते हैं तो आओ देखो अपना देश. You remember that it was announced कि अगर आप भारत की 15 लोकेशंस में ट्रेवल करते हैं, there is a particular time period which was given. In fact, we would request Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and Ministry of Culture can also, because the Honorable Minister is taking care of both. And at the same time, he's also the Minister for Northeast. Why not to encourage people to travel to Northeast? And the people, those are traveling to beautiful places, what we have got, the untapped potential of tourism, which we have got over there. People who travel, the government of India should not stop this scheme. It's something is very important. And we strongly believe, our chamber strongly believes, because we are in service industry, that domestic tourism is the foundation, which is very important, which we all have to consider. So, Dekho Apna Desh, there was a webinar series also, which was launched by Ministry of Tourism. What a fantastic program. You can go on Ministry of Tourism, Government of India's website, You can see April 14, 2020, they had launched, and that was something great. Let's move ahead. Domestic tourism has got lots of other advantages also. It will bind the country, national integration, understanding cultural diversity, the art, the craft, the culture, the cuisine, the dances, the music, the flavor of the cuisine. अगर मैं भुवनेश्वर जाता हूं और सैंडी टावर होटल में ठहरता हूं और मैं वहां का what a varieties, continental भी है, साउथ इंडियन भी है, चाइनीज भी है, थाई भी है, everything I am getting at one particular place, what a variety being packaged. Now, tourism contribution is also great as far as employment, the GDP and everything is concerned. So, अगर आप देखें, pandemic से पहले क्या contribution था? Pandemic के time में, of course, I have already told you, tourism and hospitality, they suffered maximum. So, what do you feel? You know, at present also, if you take into consideration, भारत की जीडीपी में टूरिज्म का 7% का कंट्रीब्यूशन है. जब आप इस सारी चीज को लेते चलते हैं और कितने जॉब्स क्रिएट करता है, कितने लोग ट्रैवल एंड टूरिज्म के अंदर, हॉस्पिटैलिटी के अंदर और इसके रिलेटेड इंडस्ट्रीज के अंदर है. ई वीजा, ये जो फैसिलिटी फॉरेन टूरिस्ट के लिए, दैट हैज आल्सो डन रिमार्केबल. अगर आपको याद हो, 5 लाख टूरिस्ट को जो बाहर से इंडिया आ रहे थे, उनको फ्री वीजा दिया गया इमीडिएटली व्हेन द कंट्री वाज ओपनिंग पोस्ट पैंडेमिक. अब अगर हम इसको लेकर चलते हैं तो 165 कंट्रीज के लिए बहुत सारी चीजों को आगे एक्सटेंड किया गया. एंड वी वुड रिक्वेस्ट इट शुड बी फर्दर एक्सटेंडेड. ई टूरिस्ट वीजा, ई बिजनेस वीजा, ई मेडिकल वीजा, ई मेडिकल अटेंडेंट वीजा, ई कॉन्फ्रेंस वीजा. This is something very, very important. Recently, कुछ countries को add किया गया है इसके अंदर. कुछ एक airports को भी designate किया गया है कि if tourists are coming over there, they should also be getting the e-visa. And that is, Sakshi is writing in Hindi on the YouTube. Wow, that's very good. इस देश की हिफाजत ही मेरा ईमान है, मेरे वतन में ही बसती मेरी जान है, भारत देश पर कुर्बान है, मेरा सब कुछ, मेरा देश ही मेरी असली पहचान है. I think Sakshi should get a reward for this. Such a beautiful couplet she has written over here, and that is promoting, the tourism so well, the country. Great, Sakshi, thank you. And that too, she's from Uttarakhand. She comes regularly. She's our regular visitor, and she's a part of it. And same goes for Julie ma'am also. She's also regular with us. Vidhi ma'am also is regular with us. And a couple of other people. Okay. Hotels, meals, airlines, railways, road transportation, cruises, local guides, local escorts, and miscellaneous other activities, they all are the components of tour cost. Now, what is the interconnection and interdependence between tourism and hospitality? देखिए, आपने ट्रैवल किया, आप किसी जगह पर पहुंचे, आप किसी होटल में ठहरेंगे, किसी लॉज में ठहरेंगे, आप कुछ खाना खाएंगे, उसके बाद कहीं घूमने जाएंगे, उसके बाद साइट सीइंग करेंगे. सो ट्रैवल, दैट इज वन पार्ट. Tourism, that's a second part. Hospitality, that's a third part. And then, of course, the related activities, what all is taking place, we have to take into consideration. Now, tourism and hospitality industry, how they are interdependent. The tourism sector relies on the hospitality industry to provide quality services of stay, of food, of various banquets, activities, and a couple of other activities which are taking place. And hotels are going nowadays green. And if you see this flow chart over here, it gives you the complete, the crux of what is the relationship between hospitality, tourism, and travel industry. That is something very important, which we all have to understand, how the travel trade, how the attraction, how the destination marketing, how the tourism planning, how the tourism development, whether you're traveling by train or by air or by cruise, by buses, by road transport, your own cars or car rentals or whatsoever is there. Hospitality and tourism are interdependent. They're inseparable. They're like a hand and glove with each other. If you look at this beautiful slide, people, those are interested to understand in detail, those are interested about research work and all, you can get each and every segment over here. You can understand what all we have. Now, different generations have got different choices. You got to understand, इसीलिए पढ़ाई लिखाई की भी जब हम बातचीत करते हैं तो हम हमेशा ये कहते हैं हमारे चेंबर की तरफ से, अरे भाई पहले बच्चों से तो पूछो वो क्या चाहते हैं, व्हाट डज यूथ वांट, what they want to study, how they want to study, and how they want the entertainment to be clubbed with education, how education should be made easily accessible, and it should be enjoyable, it should be fun, it should be technology related, adapting artificial intelligence and everything. You know, we got to move with the time. There is a generation Z, there's a generation Y, there's a generation X, there's a baby boomers, and there's a silver hair generation. Generation Z की अगर बात करते हैं तो 24 years old, born after 1995, उन लोगों को. Generation Y की बात करते हैं तो 24 to 37, जो 81 और 94 के बीच में जिनका बर्थ हुआ है, they are Generation Y, they are millennials. Then Generation X, that is 35 to 53, and this they are those are born between 1965 and 1980. Then are the baby boomers, 54 to 72. That is also to be taken into consideration. And thereafter we come on to silver hair generation, 72 years, born before 1946. What are their travel preferences? What are their hospitality preferences? Who are the influences, and how there are changes after COVID? We all have to understand, we all have to get that idea how the world is changing, and you got to change with time. Challenges faced by tourism and hospitality, interdependence, सीजन की भी फ्लक्चुएशन है, कॉस्ट का भी एक एरिया है जिसको आपको समझना पड़ेगा. देयर आर चेंजिंग ट्रेंड्स आल्सो पोस्ट कोविड. लोग किस तरीके का टूरिज्म और हॉस्पिटैलिटी चाहते हैं. नाउ दे गॉट टू बी अडैप्टिव स्ट्रेटजीज फॉर टूरिज्म एंड हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री. जब इसकी बातचीत करते हैं तो हमें फ्यूचर टूरिज्म के लिए डिमांड के पैटर्न को समझना होगा, सस्टेनेबिलिटी को समझना होगा, टेक्नोलॉजी को समझना होगा, बॉर्डरलेस इंडस्ट्रीज को समझना होगा, रिस्क एंड अनसर्टेनिटीज को समझना होगा. अगर हम होटल के रिस्पांस की स्ट्रेटजीज को बात करें तो हमें क्राइसिस का रिस्पांस, डिमांड रिस्पांस, रिड्यूस द रिस्क एंड व्हाट आर द न्यू अपॉर्चुनिटीज, इसके ऊपर भी हम एक अलग से प्रोग्राम आपके लिए लेकर आएंगे. व्हाट आर द न्यू करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज इन द हॉस्पिटैलिटी एंड टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री. अब आप देते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी की बातचीत. सो टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, हॉस्पिटैलिटी की अगर हम बातचीत करें तो रोबोटिक्स है, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस है, इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स है, डाटा एनालिटिक्स है. इन सबको हमें अडॉप्ट करना पड़ेगा. अब मैंने इन्फोसिस की एक रिपोर्ट पढ़ी, मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा कि हाउ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस in travel and hospitality sector के लिए they have done a beautiful study. It's a small, I think about 8 to 10 pages, but worth reading. The implementation of artificial intelligence and machine learning in travel and tourism and hospitality industry has got a wide applications for enriching the end user experience of the guest and offer the option for the dynamic pricing. Today everybody is looking forward to कि जो मैं खर्च कर रहा हूं उसके अगेंस्ट मुझे कैसी सर्विस मिल रही है. The key driver factors for artificial intelligence in travel and tourism, you got to understand that आपके ऑपरेशन की एफिशिएंसी चाहिए, आपके रेवेन्यू को आपको इंप्रूव करना होगा, आपकी एक सस्टेनेबल ग्रोथ होगी, और आपका कस्टमर क्या एक्सपीरियंस लेकर जा रहा है, क्या वो दोबारा आपके पास आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. That is something very important which we have to understand. अब टूरिज्म का और हॉस्पिटैलिटी का एक पूरा इकोसिस्टम है और टेक्नोलॉजी है जिसके अंदर एवरीबडी, हम आज बात कर रहे हैं इंटरफेस की, इंटरडिपेंडेंस की, एंड हाउ दे आर इनसेपरेबल, इसकी बातचीत कर रहे हैं. अब जो टूरिस्ट है उसको आप कस्टमर समझिए, उसको ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, डिफरेंट मोड्स हैं आपके, जो कुछ भी है, उस कस्टमर को जब वो पहुंचता है होटल में, रेस्टोरेंट में, आउटसाइड टूरिस्ट गाइड्स के साथ, उसका कैसा एक्सपीरियंस है, डेस्टिनेशन जो जहां जहां पर वो विजिट करता है साइट्स को, अब उसको फॉरेन एक्सचेंज कहीं किसी बैंक से, किसी एटीएम से, किसी जगह से लेना है, हाउ डू यू गेट, मतलब कंट्री लाइक, आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. आई वाज ट्रैवलिंग टू कनाडा, थाईलैंड एंड अदर प्लेसेस. आई वुड से you have got every 6 shops you cross, you've got the ATM facility. Now that kind of a culture, that means you got to see it from their point of view. And then at the same time, public utilities, that is also very important. People don't realize if somebody has to go to a toilet and if that's not available, I mean, just imagine how the person feels at that point of time when there is a pressure. So you got to have, keeping in mind, you got to have facilities of all kinds which have to be created, because people are going to carry impression, imprints, and whether they will become your repeat customers or not, that's something is very important. Now, quality hospitality services के अंदर आपको टूरिस्ट को कंफर्ट देना होगा, उनको सेटिस्फाई करना होगा, एक फूड का डिफरेंट फ्लेवर और एक्सपीरियंस देना होगा, और एक एक्सेप्शनल कस्टमर सर्विस देना होगा. दैट इज कॉल्ड अमेजिंग द कस्टमर. What could be the impact of tourism and hospitality industry? Because there's going to be an increase in demand. अगर लोगों के पास disposable income होगा, it will give economic boost to the whole country and the region and the community. There'll be more jobs and there'll be economic multiplier, social multiplier, job multiplier. Couple of things which we have to take into consideration. अब हर आदमी 7-star होटल में तो नहीं रहना चाहता. There are different kind of an accommodations when you're traveling. अब जो लोग pilgrimage के लिए जा रहे हैं, उस सराय में ठहरेंगे, उनको सस्ता टिकाऊ एक ऐसी जगह चाहिए, भगवान के दर्शन हो जाए, गंगा स्नान हो जाए, और उसके हिसाब से स्पिरिचुअल टूरिज्म हो जाए. They'll enjoy over there. So you got to see what kind of a tourism, what kind of a tourist. We do not want mass tourism. We want high spending tourism. We want quality tourism. We want sustainable tourism. We want green tourism. We want repeat tourism. And there are different supplementary accommodations also, like there are timeshare resorts, operational motels, guest houses, farmhouses, bed and breakfast, homestay establishment, tented accommodation. And online, there are so many other areas today. So Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, when you talk about Hospitality Development and Promotion Board, and you would be happy to know that the National Tourism Board of Government of India also has got the clearance now, and that would be announced. Of course, the Union Minister and the Secretary, they are already in place. Others have to follow, and that I think they would be announcing shortly. Now, the GST in the hotels, this is again, you got to understand what is the application of the GST, how do we look at it, how do we go by it, and then at the same time, do we slash it so that more and more people, those are coming from outside. अभी तो एक और डिबेट चल रहा है कि आउटबाउंड टूरिज्म के ऊपर जो टैक्स 1 जुलाई से शुरू होने वाला है, that is also to be taken into consideration what kind of an impact this will have on outbound tourism from India. Now, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India की जब हम बातचीत करें, तो आपको याद होगा पहले रीजनल टूरिस्ट गाइड्स होते थे. अब रीजनल टूरिस्ट गाइड्स को उसके अंदर इनक्रेडिबल इंडिया टूरिस्ट गाइड्स IITG उसके अंदर लेके गए. उनकी जो मान्यता है वो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म से और आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया से. There is another unique thing which I'm very happy that we have been using, that the travel agent should be called tourism facilitator, tour package, the tour operator should also be called something like, there could be one definition, tourism facilitators. Now, over here, the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India has come up with IITFC. That's an Incredible India Tourism Facilitator. This is again the children. Those have done +2, and thereafter, if they go undergo a short training program, and thereafter they become the tourism facilitators. That is something very nice which Government of India has done. It's remarkable, it's commendable. We must appreciate that. अब यूनियन बजट की बातचीत करें 2023 की 1 February, Nirmala Sitharaman ji, she announced 50 tourist destinations will be selected through challenge mode to be developed as a whole package for domestic and international tourism. Sector-specific skilling and entrepreneurship development to be, that is to be dovetailed to achieve the objective of Dekho Apna Desh. Tourism infrastructure to be developed, unity malls to be set up in the state capitals to promote tourism centers. एक vibrant village program भी आपको याद होगा कि this is something very nice. And कुछ दिन पहले Home Minister had gone to Arunachal Pradesh, and he had gone all the way to Kibatu, if you remember, and that is near the Dong village where the sun rises early in the morning in Arunachal Pradesh. That was something. Niche tourism sector, when you talk about, adventure tourism is coming up in a very big way. Cruise tourism is coming up, ecotourism is coming up, medical tourism is coming up. And now, as far as the youngsters are concerned, you can have a lot of startups and you can come up with this. And this is, at present, we have been told that there are approximately 1,300, 1,300, that is totally the startups at present in the tourism sector. And something, which you need from the DPIIT DPIIT stands for Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. It is under Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. If you start your startups and if your turnover is less than 100 CR in 10 years, then up to 10 years, you can take a lot of advantage. Solutions for enhancing tourism and hospitality interdependence. Now, when you talk about it, ladies and gentlemen, tourism and hospitality collaboration, fostering innovation, incentive programs, a couple of things are coming up over there which you can enjoy. Now, in hospitality, you got to understand tourism is a driver for hospitality. Destination marketing is once again innovative destination marketing, and its strategy is very important. Infrastructure development, we have talked about, it's very important. Collaboration and partnership, there's no competition. Let's share job creations, new opportunities, new avenues, because technology is coming in a very big way. So, ladies and gentlemen, we strongly believe whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together for tourism and hospitality. Let's make education and skill relevant through innovative way, all of us together. This is something wonderful which we have got from our chamber way back in 1994. Pre-pandemic, we had brick and mortar, the finishing school for youth and teachers and educators and coach and mentors. Post-pandemic, it has gone digital. Your entire personality enhancement, your communication to connectivity, your creativity, your curiosity, your critical thinking, analytical thinking, logical thinking, collaborative thinking, storytelling, graphic novels, music, dance, fun, humor, AR, VR, AI, metaverse is also coming in a very, very big way. All that we have to take into consideration. Here is, ladies and gentlemen, Digital Inspirational Lab of ICSI. If you see it over here, it is inspiring the youth and the teachers with the skills ecosystem, soft skills, trade skills, life skills, digital skills, and global skills all together. We are thankful to all of you to come on the channel every day at the rate ICSI India Live. The YouTube channel, it's yours. Subscribe it, like it, share it, comment it, so that you can come to know that the programs are coming up. Now, this is something very important, which we would like to share with all of you. 22nd International Convention is taking place of the Feast. That's a forum of educators and skill providers for tourism. It's on 5th and 6th of October 2023. If you're in education, if you're in research, if you're a counselor, if you're from the trade, and you want to share your vision, because 5th and 6th October, it is basically on, because 5th of October is the United Nations World Teachers Day. What could be a better opportunity? We would be taking you to Hotel Sandys Tower, Bhubaneswar, Odisha, and that is the hotel you would enjoy the beautiful participation. So I just shown you. So do come on the ICSI, the website, that is icsiindia.in. Right, the first one is Feast, Forum of Educators and Skill Providers for Tourism. And I must tell you that your participation is going to be complimentary. We would not be charging any money, and you would be having a special rates coming from Sandy Towers Hotel also in Bhubaneswar, in Odisha. You will go for sightseeing and a case study to Puri, Konark, nearby places. And tomorrow evening at 8 p.m., you'll be meeting Dr. Vandana Gulyaji. She is an expert and a speaker on cyber safety. So cyber security for educational leaders and today's youth. So tomorrow, 8 p.m., don't forget to join us. And that is going to be on the first come, first serve basis, because we will have limited seats. So kindly register yourself on icsiindia.in. You can go over there, or there's a link being given over here as well. And we have circulated in the groups as well. So ladies and gentlemen, namaskar. Thank you for joining us today. It was indeed a great pleasure. Atiti Devo Bhava, and we meet